Today's topic is, are blue balls a thing? I was like, have I ever suffered blue balls before? Have I ever used blue balls as an excuse to keep getting it in? You ever gotten rock hard, never got it off, and that was it? You're just in pain?
No, like the medical term that they are speaking of, no.
With several billion members, the human race is divided in two distinct sexes, male and female. While men are simple creatures requiring only the most rudimentary of emotional needs to be satisfied, there is a subgroup classified as the nice guy, a dying breed of chivalrous, romantic, domesticated gentlemen whose qualities are desired by the opposite sex. Allegedly. However, they are dismissed, scoffed, and confined in such concepts as the bestie, work husband, and the dreaded friend zone.
You don't think this is a little bit too dramatic? Just let it happen.
Joe and Jason are the last of the nice guys.
Hey, what's the quote that the Carol Baskin says? Hey, you cool cats and
Yeah, you cool cats
right?
and hey, you cool cats and kittens.
Hey, you cool cats and kittens. Thank you for ruining it, Jay. Oh my God! Welcome to episode, and you are.
Thought you were about to break the rule. I said we're not.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? Yeah,
you won't say it.
I would never say the number of the episode because, quite frankly,
Because
A, I forgot, and B, I don't care.
Exactly, that's my point. Quite frankly, you have no idea what number it is because we don't record frequently enough.
Oh my God, it's so funny. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Welcome everybody. To episode yada yada yada, and we are the Less of Nice Guys. I'm one half of your host, Joe. With me is
Jason, always here, ready for some action.
Are you?
No.
Okay.
Never. I was hoping you wouldn't question that. You should just have been like, okay, moving on.
I just wanted to point out, though, before we do our main topic, like a really 5 to 10 minute conversation about what's been going on. I know I didn't tell you this beforehand. I didn't give you a warning. I didn't say a word to you, but I figured I'd sneak it in anyway. 5 to 10 minute thing about what's been going on in the world right now. I just have to add. So I'm a follower of a lot of people online, but primarily I'm a follower of this group called Q, and I'm sure you've heard of it.
QAnon, yeah.
QAnon. And I'm not I'm kind of iffy and on the fence of believing them and not believing them, but it's becoming more believable by the day, or I should say by the week. So again, excuse for the background noise. There's kids across the street having motorbikes, so I apologize if you hear any of that.
I don't hear any of that.
Okay, great. So, like I was saying, I'm a follower of QAnon and follow them on Twitter. And if you don't know who they are or what they do, just literally in the search bar of Twitter, type in Q and you'll get all the information you need. So, I wanted to speak about the state of what's been going on in the world. We're still dealing with this fake pandemic, and we are still dealing with the fact that we need to obey ridiculous rules like communist robots.
I love your police sound effect. That's really cool.
I know, police sound effects. Isn't it cool? It's like perfect timing.
It's perfect timing.
Even though
alleged pandemic. Alleged.
So a lot of us are I'll be honest with you. I'm not a political person. I've said this before to Jason, and I've said this before to the podcast as well. I'm not a political person. I don't follow any political party. I don't really care about them. However, I will say, if you vote Democrat, they are really really terrible people. I just found this out, like digging some research because I was bored. That's what I love to do. The Democratic Party basically formed the KKK, and they also went even further to do certain things that I really can't say at this point right now. But a lot of people in history have fallen because of them. But they are primarily the cause of this, from what I researched. And I just want to say, like, in the next couple of months leading up to the election in November, to definitely keep an eye out for what's about to happen. Keep an eye and keep an ear out for what's about to happen, because a lot of people are going down. A lot of things are going to take place that you're probably not comfortable with or happy with. You're going to be shocked. You're not going to know what to say or do. There are people that are right now getting in serious trouble for doing acts of pedophilia and trafficking, child trafficking, all other stuff. And it's really going to go down in a very, 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 very big way. And honestly, I couldn't be more excited to actually see what happens, because I'm really anxious. I'm really anxious to hear about it.
Could you stop playing with your sound effects button?
I know. I keep. Good thing all of them left. At the same fucking time. But yeah, I just wanted to chime in. I wanted to add that in before we start our topic that Jason has. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I like just bringing. Me and Jason are people that we like to do research and see what's truly going on, instead of following orders like a fucking, again, a robot or a fucking loser that just obeys everything that they see on the TV and the media without questioning anything. We're not those people. So we like to question things and see why this is happening, who this is happening to, and where this is happening, and stuff like that, how this is happening. So I just wanted to keep in mind. I don't want to say a lot about it, especially the topic of like pedophilia and stuff like that, only because a lot of people who do speak on that, whether that be on a small podcast, a big podcast, or even like when they make videos online, like it usually doesn't end up so well. And not to say that like I'm scared of anything, but at the same time, it's a topic that that needs to be heard and spoken of more, instead of this fake pandemic that honestly not even worth mentioning anymore at this point right now. 6 months in, we're still dealing with bullshit. That's
for
all.
For a virus that has a death rate of 0.2%, by the way, just making
right.
That's not a conspiracy theory. That's the CDC. The death rate of COVID-19 is 0.2% death rate, which I believe is 0.1 something percent higher than influenza, the flu. So we're shutting down the government for a death rate of 0.2%. Just throwing that out there.
Right.
So.
And this with that being said, you have to understand that there is more to it. There is more to it than just
yes, absolutely. It's obviously a smoke screen, and there's things going on behind the scenes. It is a distraction. I'm not saying that the virus isn't real. It probably is real, but what I am saying though that's definitely not what's going on. That every crisis, there's somebody benefits from a crisis, and there's something that's being done in plain sight.
It's over-exaggerated. Yeah, over-exaggerated.
It's pushing agendas like the cashless society is pushing that agenda. Like there are things that are going on, and unfortunately, no matter when things go back to normal, it'll never be normal again. So. Just throwing that out there. So, all right, cool. Right. So with that tangent aside, today's topic is: are blue balls a thing?
Wow.
Yes.
You didn't tell me that. Okay.
Yes. Are blue balls a thing?
Wow. This is going to be a good 40-minute conversation. Wow.
So
okay.
I ate this. I am basically taking this from Elvis Duran in the morning show. I was listening to it, and they were getting into it about whether or not blue balls actually exist. Is it a real thing? And and I started thinking about it. I was driving to work, and I was like, have I ever suffered blue balls before? Have I ever used blue balls as an excuse to keep getting it in? So for those of you that don't know what blue balls is, let me look at the definition right now and read
The
this definition.
Google definition. Oh God, here we
Okay,
go.
so I googled it. Blue balls, known medically as epidemial hypertension, is a condition that can affect people with male genitals. It is not serious, but causes pain and aching in the testicles after having an erection without an orgasm. It is often accompanied by a bluish hue on the testicles. Most men do not get EH frequently. So they say yes, blue balls is a real thing. Okay, the condition is caused by excess blood remaining in the penis and the testicles during erection for a prolonged time without climax. So that's what they say. So blue balls, they say it is a thing. It's called epidemial hypertension, EH. Sure. Okay, and I'm pretty sure some guys do it, but for it to be as prevalent as it is when a guy can say it, I don't think I've ever suffered blue balls before. I don't.
No,
Joe,
I can't say. I can't.
have you ever suffered blue
I
balls? You ever gotten rock hard, never got it off, and that was it? You're just in pain?
I well, no, like the medical term that they are speaking of, no. Like I've never had discoloration
Exactly,
on
exactly.
on the melons down there. But I can tell you I've used that excuse or have not really. Well, I would say I use the excuse, but I've said it in like a joking manner
Right.
to
No,
where
I have.
like
Of course, I have too.
yeah.
I've never
Where
said, "Oh,
I've said it.
I need to release because it's just the blue balls." No, I've never.
Well, yeah, like that and the fact that like I could say like in a joking manner in terms of me saying, oh, like it was I was ready to go, it was up there, whatever the case may be, but nothing happened. And I said, oh man, you just gave me blue ball. So like, oh, I just like
Right,
I would say it like in that term,
right.
but that technically is like that's really not that kind of coincides with the term of what it actually means, but it's like in a joking
Yeah,
manner ish, I guess you could
right.
say. So yeah, it really doesn't
It's
really
kind
mean
of it's kind of like saying you left me hanging, kind of thing. And that's the way the term was. You say you're using it. You just kind of left
no
me
pun
hanging.
intended. Yeah.
Exactly. You left me hanging there. So, um, I mean, I think the closest I ever came to blue balls, yeah, there's been an occasion or two where I've gotten like super like aroused and nothing happened, and so yeah, it was a little uncomfortable, but I don't know if it was but I wouldn't say it was uncomfortable in my testicles. Just when you're that, you know what I'm saying? To come back from is kind of annoying. So, but was it painful? No. A little uncomfortable? Sure. Absolutely annoying? Hell yeah. But no
yeah.
pain, no aching, that I
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
that I've ever felt. I mean, have you, you know, ever
I,
like felt
I
anything?
I've never
I mean,
no.
I know there's been plenty of times where you've not successfully gotten it in, so I would so I'd love to hear, your
Like
experience clinically, of course.
an actual story. Like I'm trying to think if like the story that I would be able to tell because there has been an occasion where again medically that didn't happen, but it was used in the context of joking, where the of how I used it like that actually happened. Um, but there was an instance like this had to be maybe like years ago, bro. Like maybe 7 years ago, I guess I could say, in my early, I'm sorry, my mid 20s,
Right.
or late 20s, I should say, and it was it was one of the I guess to start the story off, I was one of those like, yeah, I can probably do this, that, and the third and get away with it. And I did for a long time with a lot of different women. But I definitely had an instance where I thought that I was gonna go ahead and get it in, like, quote unquote get it in, whatever the case may be. And by the way, when I say got away with things, I don't mean like anything negative per se. It's nothing negative about it. It's just like like things that had happened to me and that were said to me that I was shocked that were happening and that were said, and I just happened to go along with it. And I was like, oh wow, I didn't think this was gonna happen. Well, let me just continue. Like let me just have
Uh-huh.
it continue. So yeah,
Let
that's
me
what I'm
just force
talking
it
about
in
when
there.
okay, that just sounds like good old rape. I'm not gonna talk. that's It's not.
That just sounds like good old clean fast rape.
It's not what I'm talking about at
Wow, you
all.
said that so casually.
Yeah, because that's not what I'm talking about at
that's
all.
good
That's
old
not even close. No, there was
homemade country down rape.
yeah, like good old fashioned RAPE. No, that's
That's
not what I'm
right.
talking about. What I was referring to is consensual, obviously, and the fact that it.
Allegedly.
it I know he's gonna say. I was waiting for him to say allegedly. The consensual, first off, and second of all, it was more along the lines of, um, like I said, things happening. Again, the background noise just hitting me in the face, man. Loving it. Like, how many times are you gonna ride your fucking dirt bike? How many times are you gonna fucking ride it? Like, like it's like you're in.
Sometimes you ride your fucking dirt bike.
Like you're. I'm sorry, guys. Like I get a little angry every now and then because like it's just there's no peace. I get no peace. This is why I'm recording on a phone with the headphones on outside.
He gets no satisfaction.
There's no satisfaction. Probably goes on par with what I'm about to say right now too, because I get no fucking peace, man. It's like none whatsoever. Anyway, can't even record. Like it's just, and that's my frustration, guys. I'm sorry.
Thanks for sharing
right now. Yeah, very, very frustrated about that. But
I bet his balls are blue now.
Yeah, and they're probably turning red with anger.
Oh.
But so
oh.
there was an instance where I had to I had went to a function with one of my friends, and it was someone that he knew. Which primarily always happened to me. Like I would always talk to people or get the women's number from people that I personally did not know, but they knew, and I just happened to get in contact with them. This happened all the time. Right. So back then it was the same shit. So I went to a function, got a woman's number, talk. I remember actually. You know what's funny? We in the last conversation podcast we talked about the first date. We didn't even do a first date. I like took her out on an errand I was doing, and like we just talked.
Hold on now. Yeah, that's you being opportunistic, but at least you talked. You didn't try and like get it in or whatever. You tried to I don't know. I get what you're saying, but I don't. I know what you're saying, but I don't see that as a bad thing. You're laughing because you're embarrassed, but I don't know.
No, not at all. I'm not like I mean I can speak about like anything embarrassing right now. I never like it never crossed my mind where I was like, oh, I feel bad. No, I gotta fucking do errands, man. Like, do you want to come with me or not? Like, do you want to come do these errands with me so we can get to know each other and probably get something to eat in between, or you want to send your ass and like fucking talk to me on the phone, whatever. Like, and she came. So anyway, long story short, or short story long.
What do you say, man? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So she came with me to do all these errands, and one of the errands was close to my house. So we ended up at that time, that time apartment. So that time we had went back to my place, and first time that she ever been there. First time first time she ever been there, I believe, was it? Yes, it was. And we had spoke about the day. We talked. At that time, I had, for some reason, like an idiot, I had like wine instead of actual hard alcohol. Why I didn't have any hard alcohol is beyond me. Sound like a fucking like cat lady that has wines and cats in her house.
What's wrong with having wine? I think wine is sophisticated.
It's nothing wrong with it, dude. But if you're like if you're a single dude by yourself, well, single father dude, whatever, by yourself, and you have just wine in your house and not like alcohol, is that?
I don't know what reputable woman would be okay with having a hard mixed drink at some dude's house without the illusion of like, you taking me out. I think it'd be easier to get a woman to drink at your house if it's wine, something liqueur-ish, then you say, hey baby, you want a Jack and Coke? You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me. I you know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna spring up though and be like, hey, here's a Jack and Coke. Like I would just give her like straight Jack.
I bet you would. I bet you would give her the Jack.
Look. Anyway, No. So we had it. We had such a dick. God, man, I love just calling him a dick. So so we had like I said, my loser self at that time had wine, so I gave her wine. We had like 2 or 3 cups, whatever the case may be. But we were talking though, like it was just nothing but conversation. TV was on in the background, wasn't paying attention to any of it. Didn't really matter. And you know, the closeness the closeness happened, the touchy feely happened. There was like a method I had that like I had for some reason, not to toot my own horn or whatever.
It's like a dirtbag. Yeah.
No, yeah, like that too. Well, no, I wasn't a dirtbag for this, but I would, because I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't. It wasn't me. 9 times out of 10, it wasn't me initiating anything. It was more so her doing it. And what I mean is, like, I never like pushed or forced. Like that's not my thing. If we were just there to drink wine and then we just talked and she's like, "Oh, I gotta go," I would be like, "Okay, no problem. I'll take you back home." It wouldn't be an issue for me. I wouldn't be pissed like, "Oh my god, I guess she came over and we blah, blah, blah." Like, because that shows how immature you are. 1 and 2, even if you wanted to do it with her and you knew it was going to happen, your chances are now better or more like depending on the first time she had come over, she came over and whatever you guys spoke about. If it was positive and she loved it, then your chances are even better for when she comes back again, because now it's going to be crazy. So,
or you didn't make a move and she thinks and she got turned off because you didn't make a move.
That too.
I have to be real because women, that's they're like that. They are.
That too.
You took too long to make a move, and she's like, "No, I'm good."
I never ran into someone like that.
That you knew of.
That I knew of. Right. So I had kind of like gave her the openings to like do something, and she did.
So basically, what you do? You kind of just like grabbed her hand and put it on your lap, and you just
I was like, "Here, let me." Yeah, I jokingly said, "Here, do me a favor." All you hear is the slap. I was like, "Could you please put your hand?" Like, no, I didn't do that. It was just more like it was just the fuck. It was more like, what's wrong with you? Why would I do that shit? That's some creepy shit. Why would I put a woman's hand onto my lap? Why would I put a woman's hand onto my lap like that? Like,
because you are
an idiot.
I was gonna say scumbag, but I mean, but in the most respectful way, of course.
No, not even close to what happened. I just gave her the advances and moves. I sound like a fucking Rico Suave. Like I gave her the opportunity to do something, and trust me, like, of course, when you're drinking and you're doing stuff like this, you have the inclination that yes, this is gonna happen to go down because you have the wine flowing. There was like 2 bottles of wine that we were like going through, which I actually saved, and that was gone for that occasion. And things were heating up, and we got to the point where it was getting touchy feely, and then we eventually, the kissing started, and the hands kept going more and more. But here's the kicker. So when the position of like the woman is on top of you, like on the couch, and you have your clothes on and you're just kissing, whatever, making out and doing all the romantic shit, I guess, quote unquote, I get stopped. Immediately get stopped. And she's like, "No, there's nothing wrong with you. You're doing nothing wrong. Everything is great. But I need to go." I was like, "Oh, all right." And to me, like, I'm 2, 3, 4 cups of wine in right now, like, and I'm feeling really good, really like just confident.
Well, he felt like this, but in reality, it probably was because of the wine. But he got a little wine dick. So
that's not even the case. Wine and whiskey, gets it going for me.
Okay.
Not that anybody needs to know that, because I'm gonna basically be again a married man, but whatever. I
love how you put these basically, practically kind of phrases. There's a How is counseling? Is it going well?
It's terrible. so so yeah, so like I get to politely and calmly, I said, like, oh, I gotta go. I was like, everything okay? Everything happened? Like, is this something? Do I have to beat up anybody? Like, jokingly, I said.
I
She
was like,
laughed.
no,
She's like, no.
it's getting really rapey vibe right now. So I'm just gonna,
You
get out of here.
she was like
I'm sorry.
what are you doing? Yeah,
Oh,
why did you word it like that? Yeah, I'm just gonna get out of here.
okay.
I
Don't follow
can't
me because I
stand
have
you. I really
VPNs. I
can't
have my
stand
phone.
you. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, I can never finish a story
Oh,
because this man
God.
has to say everything under the sun.
I have,
Um,
I have to. It's
but
too late.
so like she had said, oh, I gotta go, like, and I asked her, like, is everything okay? Something happened, and she's like, no, 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 it's just that she like checks her phone, which happened to be next to us, and she was like, I was supposed to help my mother with something, and I don't want to like disappoint her or whatever. I was like, oh, then by all means, I like threw her off myself. I'm like, I'm not messing with no one's mom. Fuck out of here. So,
Right.
but in that instance, though, like I said, everything was ready. Guns were blazing.
Yep.
I was ready to unload,
Right.
and
And misfire.
yeah, and not misfire, you jerk. And I was going to, I was going to, I was ready. But so the feeling that I got from that instance right there, if I went, we went back in the car, and as I was taking her back, I said, "Damn, I think you gave me, blue balls." I just said it flat out, like very very jokingly
Uh
slash
huh.
kind of serious. I was like, "Yeah, I think you just gave me blue balls." And she was like laughing. She's like, "Oh no, I didn't." You're joking, right? I was like, "Yeah, I think you did." And she was like, "Well, I'm gonna have to make it up to you then." I was like,
Oh.
"Oh," I was like, "All right,
Oh
well,"
God.
I was
I
like,
just got a little tickled. Yeah.
is it too late for me to say I'm joking?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's too late. Sorry." So that ended that. Eventually, things did happen, and it was, I guess that was the only like real instance that I had, but it wasn't like something serious. And mind you, there was no negativity involved in the story. It was just like, oh, I was ready, but it didn't happen. Type. That was
Right.
it. That was it. And I think that's where the misinterpretation of like saying you actually have it, because like what you read before, it says it rarely happens. So if that rarely happens, then what do you call what I went through? Is that like a form of just like oh, it was ready but it just never happened, and that's it?
It could be a minor or matter kind of thing because if you know the term, you're expecting the term, and you could be willing it on yourself potentially. You know
Right,
what I'm
right,
saying? So it's possible
right.
that in that case. But again, you were saying it more in jest than you were doing it as a way to make her feel bad or feel like she owes you something. So I don't know. I can't tell you, but that's a funny story.
Yeah,
I like that
yeah.
story.
It was interesting. Like I said, it happened, and it was very interesting. Man, you know what? Just thinking about it right now, dude, I just realized something. I have like at least a couple more stories, not pertaining to the topic that we're on now right now, but
Mhm.
one that kind of hit me just as I explained to you, that you would probably, I think I told you this too one time before, you would probably either laugh or be like, fuck, I can't believe that happened to you. And this like happened in like 20, I think 16, I think. I want to say 16, 17. I think it was 17 happened.
This is a blue
Right? But
ball
I
story.
really, no, this is more of like a oh, I had thought you got me. This is in the woman's term, by the way, and
Is
like
is
what she said. Oh, I thought you got me prego, but I have to go check at the clinic. But can you pay the fee for me to go check to see if I really am? And then
how
having
much is the
to,
fee? I mean, to get a
I don't
real.
know. At that time, I don't know, but it was like it happened like in Jersey, and I didn't even know that was a fucking fee to do that. And it just occurred to me, like, after the fact, I was like, fuck, I think I got swindled. Like, I really think I got swindled into, like, or like just completely fucked over, because I actually paid the money. I actually paid the money.
That
So
sounds
that's a
about
story
right.
that, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a story that we need to discuss, like, on a different topic. We'll discuss that for another episode. But that shit, man, it just hit me right now as soon as we discussed this. But yeah, anyway,
That is a really weird thing to pop up in your head like that. But
I don't know, because whenever you tell me, like, to bring up my stories, I'm like,
yeah.
they all come back to me. They all come back to me.
Really?
All of them.
All
I'm
of
talking
them?
about all of them. All of them.
I don't know. That's really. My God, is that the same guy in the same bike?
Same, but I think he's just, like, purposely just going around the block, just being like a dick. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Again,
I mean, sorry, the same sound effect. Sorry, the same sound effect.
Same sound effect.
Same sound effect. Same sound effect.
But yeah, that was my story as to what happened with that. So just to give you a little heads up or insight, that was my blue ball story.
He's not a back around already.
Yes.
Wow.
This episode is, like, full of, like, background noise. I love it. It's just
everything... this one, and the previous one, which is what the one drawback about pre-recording many episodes back to back, because if there's an issue, the issue propagates across several episodes as opposed to just the one.
Yeah.
So luckily for me, my mom stopped cooking, so she's not cooking anymore. So you don't hear it on my side. That was just more your side. So that's why that's happening. Yeah, I mean, when it comes, I don't have a story like Joe to share about blue balls. Again, I've never used the term. If I have, it was the same thing. It was as a joke, but I never used it as a real way to guilt a woman into giving it up.
Never.
Or whatever.
Always joking.
I have no story that I can actually share, because I'm thinking like, did I ever say that to somebody, like, really, or was I ever asked about it? But it was funny because I was running the morning show, was basically saying, no, I won't lie, you might get a little uncomfortable if you get a guy that's super rock hard and he doesn't get anything. Yeah, it's gonna be uncomfortable. But it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna debilitate them. It'll just be like, crap, for a couple of minutes or seconds. And trust me, as soon as it goes down, you get to go.
Yeah.
Is he? What? I'm just trying to understand what's going on. Like, just going around your block? Just that's all he's doing? Or this individual?
Pretty much.
Can you yell at him and say, "Yo, go somewhere else"?
I literally am on my house porch,
right?
And I'm looking right at the house across the street.
Uh-huh.
Guys, Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
Anyway.
Just wondering.
And here we go again.
But I mean, he knows he has neighbors, though, right? No, hold on, no, don't laugh. Hold on. He knows he has neighbors, and this is probably going in there in these neighbors. Where is the? Where's the consideration? I hate inconsiderate people. I told you the one story where back in my old apartment, Buddy used to have a motorcycle, one of those heavy duty motorcycles. He would rev that shit up at 5:15 in the morning every fucking morning. Rev it up. 4:45 every morning. Every morning. This is work days.
Yeah.
And I would. And one time I got so pissed because I think I had a day off or I was feeling sick, and I said, "Yo, my man, what are you doing? I said, this, people are living here. What are you doing?" I gotta turn my bike on. I said, dude, if I was you, I would take my happy ass. I would, walk my bike out somewhere else, turn on and go from there. Have you lost your goddamn mind? I was pissed that one time.
Wait, was this when you were in Brooklyn or here in Miami?
No, Miami. The old apartment, the original apartment, the one I was in for 10 years, whatever. I told Buddy, I got so upset that one particular, just like every single day, 5:15 or something like that, and you would just rev this thing up, and mind you, it is definitely silent at that time of the night. So woken up a whole hour earlier than I have to, And thank God I didn't have little kids. It was just my boys, and they were a little bit older, so either they slept through it or they just kind of just like shrugged it off. But man, I hate
Yeah,
so many
I
people.
don't have I just don't have the luxury of having a nice good old studio like my guy Jason right here, with the nice headphones and then again he does all this for like as a side thing. So this is
Yeah,
his like love, his passion.
yeah.
If I guess if it was my passion and love, you'd see me in my own studio right now.
Trust.
I would be renting
Nobody would ever,
a
ever,
studio.
ever, ever mistake that this is a passion for you, because it's clear it's not. Nobody would ever mistake that. So don't worry about it. You don't gotta.
Oh my god.
We already know that this ain't shit for you.
Yeah.
But let's wrap it up. For this episode, blue balls, are they a thing? So let answer the question. Blue balls, are they a thing?
Medically, yes. Does it really happen? It happens just as much as this coronavirus happens, which is
So either a whole lot or not at all. Gotcha. My answer is that no, it's not a thing. Even the medical term, I don't believe it's a thing. I mean, give me a break. It's just a thing that we say to mess with you or to get sympathy for our penis. So
that's it.
that's about it. So no, it's not a thing. I'm sorry, dudes, that I'm throwing it out there like that, but we know it's not a thing. Let's try something else. Let's try swooning a woman, and maybe she'll want to
or
to,
like
to, to give you the release that you want,
or
give her a lot of wine.
There you go. Give her like 3-4 cups of wine. That always knocks people out.
Yeah, what? Anyway, so rapey vibe. All right, so thanks for tuning in. That's for the nice guys. I'm Jason,
and I am Joe,
and thank you for your time.
The Last of the Nice Guys. Follow, like, and subscribe on Twitter and Instagram at Last Nice Guys, Facebook.com/Last Nice Guys, or email lastoftheniceguys@yahoo.com.
This is an audio production of Vibe Revelation Studios, the cure for your common day. VibeRevStudios.com.